completely dehumanizing Karen Reed. Like, I get it. Like, I think if you think if you really truly believe she's guilty, and maybe he did, um, you know, you want them to pay the price, but there was this real intense effort to make sure she looked guilty, and it was odd. It was things didn't add up. And I think in other cases, when you look at other cases of that Michael Proctor was involved in, there's evidence that he does know what an evidence truly, he does actually know how to properly account for evidence in an evidence log, and do police reports in a timely manner. So it was just very shady. um I think that in a nutshell was just, he was a disgrace to the Mass State Police, and that whole crew. I mean, his supervisor was Yuri Buchanan, who, of course, because Michael Proctor was no longer employed with the Mass State Police, he testified in the second trial, and it was just his testimony. Honestly, his testimony alone, I think, if I was a juror, would have made me um, acquit her.
Yeah, and we'll
So,
get to that in a second. Before we do, I want to cover a
mhm.
few more people to include, we'll call it the Brian Higgins factor, because we
Mm,
learned that Brian Higgins was actually having we'll call it an affair with Karen Reed. They're having inappropriate text messages. Yeah, again, Karen is in a relationship with John O'Keefe. They're living together, and we learned that Brian Higgins and her had been texting. And Brian Higgins also, what is really shady that I find is this whole butt dial incident, where
yep.
after that night of drinking, Brian Higgins decides to go to the Canton Police Department at, I believe, 1:30 in the morning.